All right, y'all, what's going on? What's going on? Today I am eating a pumpkin swirl bread French toast, okay, and some it's the Trader Joe's autumnal, I don't know, autumn harvest soup. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and subscribe. Even if you aren't new, if you haven't subscribed, definitely go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit that bell so you get notifications the next time we post a video. Leave us some comments down below. Let us know things you like to see us try, things you like to see us cook, interact with us, because we do have to hear from you. I'm gonna say grace and get started. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this food that we're about to receive for nourishment of our bodies and health. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. Listening to some bone song, okay. When I tell y'all I'm shaking. I'm so hungry. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh. I don't know if I can ever make grilled cheese the same, or at least for myself anyway. The baby don't. He ain't gonna appreciate all these cheeses that I put on there. Ain't a whole lot. I put a slice of provolone, some shredded pepper jack, and Kobe Jack, and this cheese blend. It's a private selection, Kroger private selection cheese blend that has Asiago, Gouda, and sharp cheddar, I think. Now I'm gonna taste the soup. Now, before I taste it, one of my coworkers, she is mentally recessive, but she was like raving about the soup. She was just like, I think we had got to talking about Trader Joe's, and she was like, they have this soup and they only have it, in the fall, so her family like stocks up. And she's like, she's low on jars, and she get like 10 jars or something like that at a time because they love it so much that they get them and they hold it to their chest like everybody got their own jars. So she said it was good. Here I am to try it. See if I need to add anything to it.
Make it bigger.
Okay, it's good.
Mommy, what's that?
There's some soup. You want some? Okay. All he wanted was an almond butter jelly sandwich and some chips.
Hot baby.
You like it? You want some more? Get down off my table, little boy. This is good. I'll have to report back to her later. No, it's good. And to my dad too, because I was like, something. You want me to get you your own bowl?
Of this.
You want your own bowl?
Of that?
I'm gonna have to go back and get some more because that's good. I got 2 jars. That is really good. A grilled cheese the bomb.
Good.
Oh, it's hot. All right, let's see what's in here. A creamy tomato-based soup with pumpkin and butternut squash. Now there's this butternut squash tomato sauce or pasta sauce that my sister-in-law hit me to. They used to have it in the store, but now I've only found it at World Market. But it's really good. It kind of reminds me of this, honestly. Mama said autumnal.
It's coffee.
Autumnal harvest soup. You want to bite my grilled cheese? You want to bite my grilled cheese?
Is it cream?
You so crazy. No, it's not cream.
It's coffee.
You so silly. Okay. Hot. So I'll go. I made it this grilled cheese the same way that I made it when I did that the grills challenge. So while I was in the oven, I didn't want the soup to get cold while I'm waiting on my grilled cheese to get done. So I left this on low simmer, so it's definitely still hot.
No.
I love the sweetness. I love sweet and savory, so this is not a problem for me. The fact that it is pumpkin brioche bread. Pumpkin cinnamon swirl at that, but it does what it needs to do. Bubby stays surprising me with the stuff that he eat. He eat everything. He be like hanging out the chair. Hold on. Tip of the chair, he's gonna be on the floor. I don't really watch the news all like that, but via social media, I've seen like what's going on between Israel and Palestine. All I'm gonna say is just prayers for peace, man, because it's ugly over there for real. Peace in the Middle East for real. If anybody follow Sean King, y'all know what I'm talking about. Ew. It's so sad, man. Who got for Prime Day? This is the second Prime Day this year? So I ain't usually in July. Like for real, man. I don't even know. I mean, well, yesterday was the day I ate that French toast. Y'all won't see this one for some days after seeing that one. But yeah, man. That French toast was all I ate though yesterday. I think also I was still nervous. I was telling y'all in the French toast video that I was nervous about eating that day because I had whatever the combination of stuff that I ate the day prior, just had my stomach jacked up. And couldn't really say, I couldn't really pinpoint or say what it is. I mean, this in this bowl was the whole jar of soup. Now you gotta pause this until you get finished eating, cause you ain't paying attention. Pause it until you finish eating your soup.
Pause?
Make sure you blow.
It's a cream. It's coffee. It's a cream. Yes.
I ain't got the shoes full no more. But it's still good.
I need some water. I need some water. Where's mine at?
Upstairs.
Oh.
Here.
Which one you want your daddy drinking?
You want some more of this or no?
Yes.
That brioche bread is good. Oh, the pumpkin flavor. They have regular brioche bread and they have it year round. I don't know if they have like any other like swirl, but they have like a regular, like non-flavored like brioche bread that I've gotten before and made like French toast with. That's what I made it. Oh, I guess it's French toast. Maybe made a sandwich with it or something. Oh, but that's fine. I can't remember in what video or when y'all see it, but likely before this one. But I was talking about Love is Blind. And so I finished watching like all the little episodes like after the altar or whatever for season 3. I'm about to talk about Love is Blind season 3. And if you have not watched and you plan on watching it, just put me on mute. Don't turn me off. Just put me on mute. And so they was at, what's her name? Alexa's birthday party or whatever. And
Alexa.
And now I really rock with her husband, man. Until that episode, because he just so against Cole, and I'm just trying to figure out like, what is your problem with him, sir? And Cole said it. He said he just feel like he just trying to appease his wife, so that's why he like on the I hate Cole bandwagon or everybody else. And he was just like, I'm just not here for the disrespect. And I was like, but what disrespect? Like you going off of stuff that didn't even happen. You know what I'm saying? And he was talking to the other girls, and Cole like, what other girls are we talking about here? And then he sat down and talked with Zenib. She still was on that same delusional mess, and so I was just like, now somebody else that had made me mad was Bartice, and what was and Nancy. So Bartice, he the one that made me mad because Nancy, first of all, Nancy was beautiful. Okay, she was of the Hispanic descent. His type is like tall. Basically, this other girl, what was her name? Raven. He was choosing between Raven and Nancy in the pods, and ultimately chose Nancy because Raven, at one point they was having a conversation and Raven was like working out while he was talking. It was something like real deep, or to Bartice, you know what I'm saying? Like real something deep and personal that he had never opened up to anybody else about. And so he felt comfortable. I ate my food. And Nancy was just was not listening to him tell his story or whatever. Like he could hear her on the other side of the wall, like doing jumping jacks. And I think from that conversation, that's what made him decide that he was going to choose Nancy. Even though he felt like he knew that he could hear or tell that Raven was like really pretty and stuff like that. And when he saw her outside the pods, it confirmed, but he just so superficial because, no judgment, because I know that I have been, can be, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But, well, not no judgment. Yes, I am judging. But I hate that you know what I'm saying? It's annoying that I have stood up, that I have been or can be, you know what I'm saying? Because that's, you know what I'm saying? Outward appearance is not what it's all about, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta, really see what people are on the inside or whatever. But yeah, but no, have I been superficial? No, it's been other. I don't think I ever really. It wasn't like solely looks that like kept me around a person, or like that was the reason why I dated them, like, or the reason why I didn't like, pursue somebody or like not want to be with them or whatever. It was something else that happened. So no. Let me not even put that on myself, because nope, I'm not. Because also, like, I really don't care what anybody else thinks. Like, I always say, like, a person has to be attractive to me. I don't care by society standards. Like, they just have to be attractive to me. And I've dated people that I feel like probably wouldn't be attracted to other people, but to me, with the way that they treated me, however I got to know them or whatever, like, they were attracted to me in that moment. Now, that I now say in that moment, okay, because some people are ugly, okay. So yeah, so when he saw Nancy, like, he just at some point just couldn't get over the fact that she was not like, she wasn't Raven. That's what I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, she wasn't this tall, like, what he called Raven a smoke show. That Nancy wasn't the smoke show or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, she wasn't like, slim or anything like that. And but first of all, Nancy wasn't even fat though, for real. Okay. Anywho, So like, cause whenever they all met up with, so it was at one point that they met up with all the other couples. Like once it was 5 couples, I think. So once they all got engaged, then at some point after getting out the pods and meeting their spouses and hanging out with their spouses for a day or two, then they met up with all the other couples. And Bartice happened. It was 2 people, Bartice and Cole, who both of the people that they were battling between, or struggling to choose, ended up either obviously the person that they end up proposing to, but then also the other person that they were struggling with. So when Bartice saw Raven, like instantly, like, oh, I'm definitely still attracted to her, or I'm still attracted to her. Like, what do I do? But I skip or whatever. And then that night, which I appreciated the production, but also just how Nancy was looking, because I would have been looking the same way. That man, I wish they'd tell. I mean, maybe it wasn't that long in real time, but like in how they like produced it. It seemed like that man went on for 20 minutes talking about how attractive Raven was and how he was her type physically and just, all this other kind of stuff, and blase skip, like, and how he still, like, he was, struggling now on his feelings because he just sat there and just told her that, and all the words, how Raven looked way better than she did, okay? And then he was like, you got a problem? I hope you don't have a problem with me being that honest. And she's just like, I mean, like, when I could feel like I was pissed for her, even if she wasn't pissed in that moment. Like, that was just, I just don't, like, he ain't read the room. He did not, my homie did not read the room, okay? So, that pissed me off. So then, then throughout the, at one point he just became like really physically unattracted to her because he wasn't touching her, wasn't kissing her, nothing like that, and made her cry. And you could just tell that she just, she really cared about him and stuff like that. He hurt her feelings, and I ain't like that, okay? And like she wanted, like one day she just wanted him to hug her or whatever, and he was like, you real needy or whatever, like where he ain't never, he didn't react like that to her before, and was even always asking her for kisses before that little time period. Then they end up having a conversation about abortion, basically, and because of her occupation, she had dealt with a lot of families who go through a lot as it pertains to, like, health defects or whatever in children, like children who are, for whatever reason, are either born with disabilities or, whatever. And so her mentality was that, like, you don't understand, like, her just seeing the strain that had put on a lot of families that she dealt with. She just felt like if she had an opportunity before her child was born, if there was a birth defect that, I don't know if it would even be as far as Down syndrome, but like if there is a birth defect that will, really affect your child's quality of life and then furthermore the family's quality of life or whatever, she just felt like she would, abort mission and try again. And he just was not, him and his whole family was just not on that. They just like, and so they ain't really rock with her because of that. And then the fact that homie kept saying, like, all these issues that we working through, like the only issue that we knew of, the viewers, was the fact that she's pro-choice, he pro-life, and then he don't find her as physically attractive at it, like she wouldn't be a person that he would normally, like, talk to or whatever. Ultimately got to the altar and said no, which it was crazy because he definitely seemed like he was sending mixed signals. But maybe we could also tell, maybe this is I struggle because sometimes I think that, or after the fact, I thought that maybe he was definitely telling us that we just didn't want to listen. You know what I'm saying? Because of, what he kept saying over and over again, these problems, blah, blah, blah. But then I feel like he was also sending mixed signals. I don't care. Like, even on wedding day, he sent her a card. with, I don't know what was in there, but or what else he sent with it, but the card was just like, let's do this, or something along those lines. So like, you trying to talk me up to do what? For you to say no? And she had sent him, I think what I guess I could tell maybe that he was gonna say no though, because she had sent him all these like little reminders. So it was like, I think some was like a pack of gum, something else was like maybe some aspirin or something, because she had used all his, like just a whole bunch of little things to remind him of like their journey thus far. Yes.
Is you done?
Not yet. And so he just started bawling real hard or whatever. And he was like, the issues that we've had, like we could get through those, but it's the day-to-day stuff that's important or whatever. Yeah, I'm done eating. I'm not done talking though. So, to me, him crying, bawling that hard is like, I know I'm gonna have to say no, but like this stuff was sweet. That's my interpretation. That's just me. But what I loved though was that Nancy family. So I told you they have Hispanic descent. Okay, it's on the show I was watching, but that's neither here nor there. Because listen, as melanated folks, we don't play no games. Okay, so her brother already. First of all, I think she has a younger brother and maybe the older brother, or I don't know. She had two brothers that had met with Bartiz. And they wasn't on it. They wasn't feeling it. They spidey senses was going up there like, this man ain't he ain't it. And she, and so the little brother, man, after the ceremony, he like, why would you bring us here and waste our time? Okay. Like my man was ready. I feel like he would have swung on Bartiz. Okay. Had it been other circumstances and we probably wouldn't have been caught on TV, he probably would have swung on him because he was pissed. Okay. And her mama was pissed too. Like, they was real mad.
He was real mad because they got pissed.
No. Don't repeat that. Okay. They was just real mad. Okay, her mama was like, he don't deserve you, like he ain't worth it, and so it's better that it happened this way. And like later on, like in the ones after the altar, like Nancy said basically that her mom and brother were exhibiting the emotions that she couldn't that day. Like she was as pissed or as infuriated as they were, but she just couldn't even vocalize. She couldn't vocalize how she felt or whatever. And then it was funny because, he wanted to take her and like just kind of talk to her off on the side or whatever. And he was basically trying to say, well, he still wanted to like, explore something with her, see where it could go or whatever, even though they didn't get married. She was just like, no, I feel like you lost your chance or whatever. So then the episodes afterwards, they had been trying to like, or Nancy had been trying to have a friendship with him the whole year after, because the episodes after the altar came back a year later. And Nancy had been trying to cultivate a friendship with him or whatever, to no avail, because homie wouldn't own it or whatever. And then, but he still wanted to have her in his life, but he ain't want to like commit to her, nothing like that. Obviously, what I'm saying, he act like he just wanted to be friends. And now what I do appreciate about Alexa's husband was that all the guys had went out to eat. And Alexa, I'm sure she pillow talking to her husband. I forget what her husband's name was, but so I'm sure telling the feelings that Nancy has. Nancy still was in love with the man or whatever. Probably still wanted there to be a chance of something, and the fact that Bartiz wasn't really completely exiting her out his life probably gave her hope. And so Alexa's husband was like, because Bartiz had said, there's nothing, huh?
Hey mom, use Alexa.
Not Alexa, not Google Alexa, somebody else. So then, Bartiz was just like, he not in love with her. He don't have no feelings for her. He don't see nothing, coming of their nothing. He just want to be friends. And Alexa's husband was like, well, did you tell her that? And he was like, well, I think she knows, or like, just assuming that she knew. And he was like, and her husband, kept going in like, yeah, well, you probably should definitely tell her, because, you don't, like, basically don't assume that she know, because she probably don't know. Okay. And she didn't. But then Nancy had a talk with her mom and her brother, and they both, I'm glad that they just had some real talk with her. They were just like, well, what is the purpose of this friendship? What is it serving you? Like, are you want to be there, or you want to have him there because you have hope that maybe something will come of it, but there's nothing's gonna happen. So you need to make a decision for yourself and put yourself first and choose yourself or whatever. And at Alexa's party, she did. She basically told him, like, and Bartiz was just like, well, I need to know, like, are we gonna continue a friendship?
My dad have a goo goo.
Okay, boy, stop, boy. He's like, are we gonna continue a friendship after this? And she was just like, no. And I'm glad she did. I'm glad she took that power back for herself. Okay, because you got to quit. You know what I'm saying? Don't let these people just, some people just want to, like, keep the door open, or, like, like, and that was another thing. I think that at one point they had got, like, hot and heavy. Okay, I don't think they actually went as far as doing the do, but they, some flirtation going on, stuff like that. And so, like, for you to say that you don't know, or you don't think, or you think that she don't think that y'all, or you think that she knows, or she should know that you ain't there. And Alexa's husband, like, well, it's one thing between what you think somebody know plus versus what they actually do know. And that was that she ain't know what was, she was lost in the sauce. She was confused and probably hoping that something would occur or whatever. So anywho, she told that man at Alex's party that nope, we ain't about to be friends no more, and that was it. Okay, and I'm glad that she did. Okay, because again, some people want to, like, just keep swinging in the door just to see if they can do it or whatever, and you got to close that door. Okay, you got to close that door because people will take an inch if you give them a mile. Okay, so that was that, and then last person people I want to talk about. Well, I already talked about Colleen and Matthew. I'm shocked that they are still married, because every time, even with Married at First Sight, every time, like, a reunion show come, I go ahead and Google these people to see if they still married or whatever, and they still married, and I'm very shocked because I just don't feel like Colleen was in it for the right reasons, or at least not with Matt. I feel like Matt was like her third string quarterback, like he was her last resort. She had already gotten rejected by two other people. One of the dudes she had, I don't remember it, but they had mentioned that she had a breakdown basically when maybe whoever it was, so somebody rejected her. So she was acting like she was just so on team Matt, and it's just like, girl, where did this come from? Because you was just so on these other two dudes or whatever. And then she started going through her list. Okay, well, Matt was another person that I kind of sort of connected with. Let me go ahead and make some shake with him or whatever, basically. So I ain't believe that, but I mean, hey, but it is what it is. They still married. That's cool. And then people were talking about at Alexa's party, or just after, the ones after the altar, they were just talking about how their relationship is weird. One, they didn't live together, and it would have been a year afterwards, and they still hadn't been living together. But I mean, hey, what works for them, or whatever. But yeah, they hadn't lived together. At first, their initial excuse was that both of their leases weren't up, and so they would have had to pay, astronomical amounts of money just to break the leases. So it was just made more sense to ride the leases out. But this was like a year later. I feel like somebody's lease should have been up at that point. I mean, it is what it is. Then freaking Raven and SK, like, no. Well, first of all, it was I mean, I was sad for Raven because SK said no at the altar, but I'm thinking that it was just because he was about to move to California to go to grad school. But it was just like, dude, you knew that you was going to grad school before you got on the show. So I don't feel like that should have ever been something, unless the person that you was with was just completely unwilling to make it work or figure things out. That shouldn't even been a factor, like, or whatever. Like, and I feel like you played her, like, man. And what was I about to say? But they ended up still dating even after he said no at the altar or whatever, and he proposed to her again, only to cheat on her. But that man was Nigerian, okay? Let me tell you. He said his father. He said that his father was practiced polygamy. Okay, so his mama was one of the couple of many wives that his father had, or whatever. And so SK or Raven had asked him, or he said, no, SK said that he was not a person that, you know, ever like wanted to be in that lifestyle. Like having multiple women just wasn't a thing for him, or whatever. So it's very odd to me. Okay, well, clearly you can't get away from your roots. Okay, because that's what your daddy. Your daddy, okay, that's what he did. That's what, like father, like son. So you can't get rid of your root, get away from your roots. But then the fact that you cheated, my guy. Like, are you kidding me? Raven, like literally, I looked at her Instagram. She got almost 1 million followers right now. She is so pretty. She's very beautiful, very pretty. I know she's gonna find somebody, but it's just like, you know, she found, you know, made a real connection with this man. You gotta know it was real because SK wasn't that attractive, so couldn't be the looks. Was about to say, I know I'm fooling y'all, but yeah, so I just thought that's so sad. Like, how you gonna cheat on her? Like, but here goes the show, you know. Okay. Anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and piece up out here because I've been talking to y'all long enough, and I think that I'm done talking about season 3. I did start season 4. I'm only on like the first episode, so we'll see what's going on. But on that note, we're gonna piece up out of here. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave us some comments down below. Let us know things you like to see us try, things you like to see us cook. Interact with us because we do like to hear from you. And subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit that bell so we get notifications the next time we post a video. Or you get notifications the next time we post a video. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.